Here's the Marvel Legends Retrowave Hammerhead. To me, he's kind of a B-list Spider-Man villain, but this figure is really looking quite decent. Here's a closer look at the clamshell and the artwork. It looks quite decent. Here's the back of the packaging with the bio and the rest of the figures in the wave. Let's get the figure out. Here's the figure out of the packaging. The figure comes with a pair of fists, alternate hands, and baseball bat. The baseball bat is simply just brown in color with not much sculpt. And for the alternate hands, the fingers are slightly different. This right hand is the one that is used to grip the bat, like this, at the handle of the bat. But for the other hand, the fingers are more apart. So if you were to hold the bat, it can only hold the bat in this way. Both the gripping hands can hold a gun, although the fingers are barely in the trigger area. For the other pair of hand, the right hand is a normal fist, but for the left hand, he has a brass knuckle with the word head, H-E-A-D, embossed on it. The paintwork of the brass knuckle is quite good. At the top of it, you can see it is clearly painted in gold, but at the bottom, I don't know why, it is actually skin color at the bottom part of the brass knuckles. And there is a bit of gold on the finger itself. In the animated series, he definitely doesn't have this knuckle duster, but I'm not sure whether he used it in the comics or not. The figure is both comic accurate and also animated series accurate, with the striped blue coat. The only difference is the size. In the animated series, he is kind of a normal sized human being, but in the comics, he's always been drawn as bigger in build. The figure is a reuse of the MCU Happy Hogan from the 2-pack. The only difference is just the coat. The painted stripes on my figure is quite okay, except at the back, this part over here is not painted properly, but besides that, the rest of the stripes are painted okay. And here's a look at the head sculpt. It's really looking awesome. He really looks menacing, and I really like the sculpt on the forehead and also on his cheeks. It makes him look more realistic and look like a seasoned gangster. Articulation. The figure has the new barbell ball joint for the head. It's able to look up this high and this much downwards, tilt sideways, and all around. Hands go up sideways this much, bicep swivel, double hinge elbow joint, not pinless, wrist swivel and hinge. There is an ab crunch inside, but unfortunately because of the coat, the way it is actually glued together, you're not able to use it. There's no way for you to bend the figure forward. This is my MCU Jonah Jameson. When I forced the ab crunch forward, this is what happened. The coat kind of gets separated and you can see that it is kind of glued. There are a bit of glue markings over here and it doesn't look good because of this rectangular part. So I think if I were to force, this is what it's going to look like inside of the Hammerhead coat. It does have the waist swivel, this amount of split, this amount of frontal split. Leg goes up this high forward, thigh swivel, double hinge knee joint, and this time around it is pinless. I'm really not sure why this body mold have a pinless knee joint but doesn't have a pinless elbow joint. No calf swivel, ankle hinge, and pivot. And after going through the articulation, I realized that the sculpt on this figure is quite good. You can see the creases on the pants and also the sculpted creases on the arms as well. So decent articulation, but I guess the coat hinders the ab crunch and the sculpt of the figure is also quite good. Here's the other Hammerhead figure, which is from the Rhino wave. It comes with 3 different heads, which is the Hammerhead head, J. Jonah Jameson, and also Chameleon. And this Marvel Legends body on the suit has been overly used, really used a lot of time. So at least now we have another suited body, which is the Happy Hogan's body mold, which they have reused for this Hammerhead figure. You can really see the difference in the size of the body mold. For the head sculpt, this new head is really way better than the previous head. Even though he's supposed to have this flat top head, it's kind of more proportionate and looks better on this figure compared to this one. For the previous head, it is so flat that you can actually make the figure do a headstand. The newer head has a slight curve to it, and it's not possible to do that. Yeah, so anyways, with the slight curve, it does look a bit more natural. Somehow the hair over here looks okay, but this one looks like he has receding hairlines. And of course, for the overall face sculpt, this is so much better and looks more menacing compared to the previous one. Here is a head swap, and I think this old Hammerhead figure makes this whole body mold looks kind of friendly. He really just look like one big friendly fella. Whereas for this one, the head actually just still fit this smaller size body and still looks good and fierce. And just in case you're wondering, the Tony Stark head from the Infinity Saga scales better with this bigger body mold compared to the normal Marvel Legends suit body. But of course, this figure is kind of slightly bigger in build, or maybe kind of a bit fatter. So this must be a happy and retired Tony Stark or something. Here's a size comparison with Retrowave Spidey and Pizza Spidey. The Hammerhead figure is slightly taller and the body is definitely bigger than the other two Spidey figures. Spidey 2099 and the Armoured Spidey from the Retrowave. Hobgoblin and Shocker from the same wave. All three of them are about the same height. Here's Tombstone and Daredevil. The Tombstone figure, which is on the Hyperion body mold, is slightly bigger than the Hammerhead figure. And here's Retrowave Kingpin and BAF Rhino. And here's Retrowave Spidey again and the previous Hammerhead figure. I think the size of the new Hammerhead figure is good. Slightly bigger than Spider-Man, but definitely Kingpin and Rhino is way bigger. This looks too scrawny to be Hammerhead. Overall, this Hammerhead figure is good. It can pass off as the animated series and also the comic version. And I'm glad that they used the Happy Hogan body and not the normal Marvel Legends suit body, so that he is on the bigger side. But I guess if you're not really into the character or you're not a completist collector like me, this is a passable figure. Thanks for watching. Do check out my comparison videos between bootleg and Marvel Legends figures over here.